Hello everybody, this is Ariel Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough for the second time today. The reason why I say this is because not too long ago, the power went out in the middle of the stream. Thankfully, we did just get started on today's stream, but even so, it was annoying that I not only lost power, but I also had to, kind of reboot the entire PlayStation 4's database and also repair the external hard drive that is connected to the PS4 because of the fact that the power outage also kind of messed up the extended storage. I had no choice. I had to restart everything, so that's kind of lame. So anyway, last time we explored some familiar worlds, including one that I despised the absolute freaking most. And we were then summoned to Disney Castle and found out that the entire place is covered in thorns, or at least the Hall of the Cornerstone is, and let me tell you folks, that's not normal. So, as a result, the only person who we know could possibly fix this issue is Merlin. So, the only place we know of that we can find Merlin is here in Hollow Bastion. And also as a result of this, a new episode was added. Throughout the course of the game, as you're exploring all the different worlds, new episodes may be added to some of the previous worlds you visited. It's a good idea to go and replay these worlds and experience the new stories as they unfold. You never know what you may find. So, let's head on into Hollow Bastion and say hello to Merlin for the second time today.
Castle's in danger.
What is all that racket? Oh, I thought. Oh, it's you. It looks like you've learned a bit since the last time I saw you.
Really?
Wait a minute! Let's talk about the problem. It's Maleficent. She's back.
Where? Inside the castle?
Yup, and Heartless too.
Oh dear.
Maleficent wants to send over the whole task and all it. She filled the Hall of Cornerstone with tiny bags and she's getting afraid of what.
Anyone here understood what Donald just said? To be honest, I did. A little bit.
And every part of the castle. The queen is in danger. What?
Perhaps I'd better just see for myself. Interesting.
What's happening, Merlin?
This is not good. In fact, I'm afraid it's quite serious.
What's that?
My boy, that is a gateway to a special world. Someone in that world is responsible for what's going on in this castle. Of that, I'm certain.
Oh boy!
We knew we could count on you, Merlin.
Then we should go get him.
Wait a moment. The perpetrators must be stopped, of course, but there's something else to do first. Somewhere in that world, there should be another door that's identical to this one. I believe our enemies are utilizing that door. As long as it remains open, the castle will be in grave danger. Listen carefully, Sora. You must find that door, and when you do, lock it with your keyblade.
Got it.
You'll get down on us.
And now, one more thing. You're heading into a very special world. While you're there, the nature of that world may tempt you to do something dark. You must resist that temptation at all costs.
What do you mean?
You'll know soon enough. I have faith in you, my lads.
And when he says that this is a very special world, he really means it. And you'll soon see why. Also, for those of you wondering, you can access first-person mode by pushing the touchpad on the PlayStation 4. And I believe on Xbox it is the it's not necessarily the menu button like I would consider the start button. It's more like the select button, if you know what I mean. Same also holds true on PlayStation 3. That would be the select button. While in first-person mode, you can play through the entire game like that, but as soon as you lock onto an enemy or you push the touchpad again, you'll exit out of first-person mode and go back into third-person mode. So that is something worth mentioning right there. And, yeah, like I was saying before, these thorns here, they're not normal. They're not supposed to be here. Let's do something about it now, shall we? Again? Hopefully without losing power once more. Also, before we continue, we do have a new follower. And that follower is, drumroll please, SnappleBH. Apologies that I didn't quite read the name as soon as it popped up, because I think it popped up just as my power went out. So as a result, I didn't quite see it until I rebooted the computer and also reloaded Twitch and everything. So there's that.
Hey, look! There's the cornerstone of light!
What's going on? Everything's black and white.
Oh, this is kind of one.
Deja vu?
Yeah, that's it.
Really? Have you been here before?
Hey, you! Seen any bad guys around here? Why, you oughta... Nah, I don't have time to waste on punks like you, so I guess I'll go easy on ya.
Well, there's our villain.
Are you sure about that, Sora? So, welcome to Timeless River. We'll be introduced to this world proper soon enough, trust me, boys and girls. Anyway, you may notice that the audio for this world is a bit muffled, and this is exclusive to the HD remixes and not so much final mix on PlayStation 2 or even vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2 in any way, shape, or form. So, why they made this change, I'm not 100% sure. My guess as to why they made this change was just to add on to the aesthetic that this place is all in black and white, and it does take place technically in one of the first Mickey Mouse cartoons ever made. Although I can't say if Steamboat Willie really is the first Mickey Mouse cartoon or what, but it is definitely one of the first ones we've seen. Just saying. You know what? I think I'll buy an engineer's ring too. Okay. One more thing worth mentioning here is that the muffled audio only applies while exploring the world of Timeless River. It doesn't apply to any of the menus. So, at least there's that. Okay, Donald, I'm giving you the gold ring. And Goofy, I think I'll keep this. Okay. Donald, I'm giving this to you. And Goofy, if I can push the right dang buttons, there we go. Alrighty, everyone's fully equipped and ready to go. You can often find Pete at the pier up ahead. If he's not there, he's probably on his boat. That's his pride and joy. That's pretty neat. By the way, if you tried to enter any other area, Sora is like, Pete didn't go this way. No duh. And just like with many other worlds, there are some stickers here of which are going to be out of reach for the time being. Not until we fully upgrade our movement capabilities. Well, maybe not fully, but increase them further. Just saying. Alright, time to punish Pete for being such a bad boy.
You got some kind of bone to pick with me?
More than one.
Them's fighting words. Huh?
Not so fast.
What's that for?
Alright, time to beat up Pete. That charge attack was definitely something else. Haven't seen that before. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, if you toss this version of Pete into the air, he'll create a shockwave upon impact on the ground. And as a result, it may actually deal quite a large amount of damage to you if you're not careful. So that's something to keep in mind. Other than that, he's a pushover.
What you bugs beef with me anyway? Who are you? You new around here?
Cut the act.
Whoa!
You know, something doesn't seem quite right here. Are you sure you're Pete?
Well, of course I'm Pete. I'm the captain of the steamboat, so stop bothering me, see? So hit the road. I gotta go find the little runt what stole my boat.
Gosh, maybe we made a mistake.
I'm starting to think the same thing. He hasn't even called any Heartless.
Sorry we attacked you like that, Captain Pete.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you're really sorry, then go find my steamboat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my hickey back.
We gotta say, we kind of shattered Pete's spine. Well, okay, not really, because he is still able to stand, albeit in great pain, but even so. Gotta say, the power of the Keyblade truly is quite devastating sometimes. Even without even thinking about it, am I right? I thought for sure Pete was the bad guy. Oh, that would be too easy. Come on, fellas, let's try to find that steamboat. I guess we did say we would. Hey, we got a door to find. Oh yeah, I don't see any doors. Huh? What's this? I can't see a thing. Why don't we do something about it? Thanks, Donald. So they're the Heartless.
Hey, look! There's the cornerstone of light.
What's going on? Everything's black and white.
And it's in 60 FPS.
Deja vu?
Really? Have you been here before?
Talk about deja vu. What was that? Heartless going out and us coming in. What does it mean? I guess we'll have to find that out on our own. Suddenly these things appeared. Let's get rid of those Heartless. Then what do we do? We'll worry about that later. It's kind of strange how these things didn't appear during the cutscene, but now suddenly they do appear. So what the hell's up with that? I really have no idea and no understanding of whatsoever. So, before we head into those mysterious floating doors, I want to do a little bit of exploring around in this world. This world, unlike some of the other ones we've explored, this one is also not that big. It really isn't, honestly. Sure, there are several rooms interconnected with each other, but other than that though, it's just mostly small little itty bitty hallways taking place on a short little riverside, if you know what I mean. One thing I kind of wonder is the Steamboat Willie cartoon available on YouTube? Or is that only available via Disney Plus? I can't really say because I don't have a subscription to Disney Plus. Not because I don't want it per se, but I just don't have very much interest in it, to be honest. Sweet, another AP boost. Okay, give me that cheese, boy. Also, I was just checking my status just to see if I could level up my drive gauge or my Valor form some more. Sadly, I cannot. Not yet, anyway. To be honest, I'm not too sure when I'll be able to level up that form again. If I have to guess, I'll probably have to wait until I acquire my next form. Because, yeah, believe it or not, Valor form is not the only form that we have access to in this game. At least at this point. Oh, wow. Nice level up already. I love it. Anyway, how do you feel about the whole muffled sound when it comes to exploring Timeless River? Let me know. As for me, I really don't care all that much. I mean, it is kind of weird knowing how it was normal in the original PlayStation 2 release, but different in PS3 and PS4 and even Xbox One. Just saying.
Gee, he seems kind of different somehow.
Come on, we've got to help him.
Oh my. Yeah, as you can see, King Mickey isn't exactly the most kingly of people in this place. Just like with Pete not exactly being the big brute that he is. As you can see, this place is a bit gimmicky. The gimmick of this particular world is that the 4 rooms in which we'll be entering it has a mayhem bar. I believe if you let that mayhem bar exceed, then it's game over.
Huh?
Hello, another curtain. Let's see what show we have on here. Maybe fairy tale. Kidding.
You absolute idiot. You've managed to fail at everything. And what's more, you foolishly thought you could take my place while I was away. Well, as of now, you're finished. Mark my words, there'll be no place for you when our time comes. Useless imbecile.
But I...
Wow. Funny how that was Pete's perspective. What? Somebody sure was angry. I don't understand. Let's just try to clear out the Heartless first. This place is okay, but we gotta get 3 more spots. We've got 3 more spots to check. So yeah, like I was saying, that was Pete speaking with Maleficent back in the Hollow Bastion. It's kind of surreal seeing how the Pete from that particular world is kind of contemplating about his current life choices. Believe it or not, Timeless River, we're actually in the past right now. So, you want to know why Pete is acting the way he is, along with Mickey Mouse not exactly being an ultra badass, unleashing his Keyblade like a boss? Yeah, that's the reason. This world is the past. Can't be messing with too much of the past, otherwise the future changes for the worse.
Fire! Come on, he needs our help.
Oh boy. Well, this is definitely going to be a fun room. So, in this room, once again, we have another case of where we have to protect something and make it so the mayhem bar does not reach the top in any way. Come on, why can't I block that? Yeah, these car Heartless are probably some of the worst enemies in this world. In fact, I think they are the worst just because of the fact that they can deal a lot of damage on critical mode, for sure. You can technically block their attacks, but just keep in mind though, that they can still charge at you and still deal a ton of damage at you if you're not careful. Wow, I'm surprised that even worked. I was just trying to block. Well, you're welcome.
That takes care of that.
Hey,
Another one.
Oh, for crying out loud. You didn't have to go and say that. Okay, I might have messed up every now and then, but I'm a lot more things than useless. Why, when I was starting out... Oh, I miss those good old days. What I wouldn't give to go back in time. What I wouldn't give. Huh? Hey, I think that's my...
A door? It looks familiar. Yep, it's the door Merlin magicked up. So it should come straight here, right? Sure, I think. Let's check it out. Also, I'm surprised they can't tell that that's Pete yet, aka Pete from the current timeline. One more thing I haven't mentioned yet is that you can actually go through these rooms and do them in any order you see fit. And regardless of which order you complete these extra areas in, the cutscene order that you get remains the same. So, figure I'd throw that out there. By the way, you can re-enter these rooms that you cleared out previously to get some additional experience and also fight some more Heartless if you so wish. Also, I'm pretty sure these rooms don't have treasure chests as far as I know. But even so, can't hurt to look. God damn it. Of course I got killed. Well, that sucked. Seriously, I hate these freaking car enemies so much. I'm surprised that worked out. Also, I don't think this game has any sort of dynamic difficulty system like, say, Resident Evil 4 has. So you don't need to worry so much about doing too well and then suddenly you're getting your ass kicked. That is not how it works. Also, one more thing I haven't mentioned yet is that if you return to a neutral area like this while in a drive form, you'll automatically revert out of that drive form and also have your drive gauge restored. So it's kind of like warping from the world map back to a save point. So, that's pretty neat.
The town shrunk.
Or we
You
grew.
think maybe we got bigger?
Again, Goofy's the smart one.
The toy cannon. What's he saying?
Oh boy.
Hey, they're Heartless.
So, this is a bit of a strange one here. This place, again, has the whole mayhem thing, but we kind of have to make it so we defend this town from any and all Heartless, and also try to preserve as many buildings as possible. Almost like the reverse role of Godzilla, if you know what I mean. One more thing worth noting is that the center area, you can actually use that to temporarily stun any and all Heartless in the entire area. Honestly, you should take advantage of this. This way you can not only stun the Heartless and hold them in place for a bit, but you can also take them out more easily this way.
Man, that was weird.
Look, Sora, over there.
Fascinating. This appears to be a portal to the past.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing.
Stop gawking. And start thinking of a way we can use it to our advantage.
Okay?
Now, perhaps I could give you one more chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, thank you, thank you. You can count on me. So what do I do?
Patience, my dear. What have we here? Well, if it isn't the cornerstone of light. Now we can take the castle from those fools, but we'll have to proceed with the utmost of care.
Maleficent! She must have known all along. Let's see, if the door's connected to the past... No, it comes here! Huh. Then that means we're in the past. Wow. If we're in the past, we can change the future. Hold on, fellas. Remember what Merlin said? He's got faith in us, and we have to resist temptation no matter what. Aw, I was only joking. Who'd want to change the future anyway? That is actually a pretty damn difficult question. It depends on what you ask and what actions you wish to undo. Just saying, it can be quite problematic, if you know what I mean. It depends on how you look at time travel logic, you know? And whether or not multiverse theory exists. So, what are we going to do? Doors, bad guys, gosh, my brain hurts. Well, you know, we're on the right track. And with that in mind, only one more door left to go through. Let's head on in.
What are they building?
Look out!
Oh boy. Hey, buddy.
Thanks, Your Majesty. Now, let's get those Heartless.
Indeed, let us do just that. So again, third verse, same as the first. Once again, we just gotta take out all the Heartless before the Mayhem bar fills and everything will be fine. Thankfully, that's not that difficult at all. In fact, I feel as though this is probably the easiest room out of the 4 possible rooms. Especially considering that at some point the scaffolding will begin to shake and you'll be able to execute the air slash command.
How do you like that?
Which basically turns you into an attack helicopter.
Hey, look!
Listen well. On the other side of this portal, they're about to begin construction on that wretched castle. But until then, their treasured cornerstone of light lies unguarded, with all of its power still contained.
The cornerstone of light?
Yes, that cursed sphere is the very thing that prevents us from entering the castle.
Oh,
You know what must be done? Go then. Time to prove your worth. And don't dare to fail me again.
don't fail her again. Let's see. That's it. I just gotta smash that cornerstone to smithereens. But first, I gotta go get my old boat back.
It was Pete after all.
Still, something doesn't seem right.
The Pete we met here had kind of an attitude, but he didn't seem like a bad guy.
Now that castle's as good as ours.
That's the Pete we know.
Oh no!
The cornerstone's gone.
They're gonna fill the castle with darkness. We gotta hurry.
Hey, hold it right there.
No way, small fry. I finally found the pipsqueak what stole my steamboat. Right, me. No, it wasn't me. I'm just somebody who looks like me.
Oh, which is it?
It should be pretty obvious, Sora. I mean, you are in the past after all. Just saying. Anyway, time to pursue the future Pete.
Wait! Shut up! Your future's on the line, Valley, so back off and give me the boat!
After him.
I don't know why we can't just jump in the water after him.
Later, losers!
Okay, so for this fight, what we need to do here, I don't even understand why it is that Pete even gives us this opportunity to stop him. Just saying, it's kind of weird. But anyway, what we need to do here is toss all the pieces of trash until we are able to grab onto the steamboat itself and give the good old cage a nice big fat couple of whacks and then use the reaction command to hang on. Also, for whatever reason, it didn't work there. I don't understand why. Perhaps I did it too late. I have no idea for sure. I'm pretty sure you can technically one-round the quarterstone. Also, I believe once you hop off of the crane, you can't attack the cage again until you hop back onto the crane. Just keep in mind that, nice! Got dodge slash, Fantasia, auto limit, The works!
Yes.
You'll pay for this?
Donk.
Extra cornerstone.
No, really? I thought it was popcorn. Where the hell do you think you're
We'll come back with it
going?
later.
Pete's heading for the doorway.
Oh boy. Well, at least the cornerstone is safe, at least for now. So, we got ourselves a dodge slash, unleash an attack that deals damage to nearby enemies. I'm pretty sure this is a good ability to equip for Sora. I can't remember for sure. I mean, we'll have to figure that out in due time. Anyway, Donald's new ability here is Fantasia. A limited command that unleashes Donald's powerful combat spell. Consumes all Sora's HP. I mean MP. Boom! Apparently I can't read today. It does cost 3 AP to equip, and honestly, I think I'll wait to try to equip this because this is a pretty powerful limit. Other than that, though, there's nothing really else to worry about here at all. Okay, with that done, let's head on off to the wharf and confront future Pete.
Huh, you're still wet behind the ears.
Then try us.
Okay, here we go, folks. Time to take on future Pete. And in this battle, past Pete will actually try to help out. But honestly, I find him more of a bit of a hindrance, if anything. Okay, so yeah, that ability was definitely a no-go here. Anyway, this battle is kind of strange if you think about it. It is a multi-phase battle where after you drain a certain amount of HP from Pete, he'll immediately change scenes and change the battlefield. Although he doesn't seem to change it by very much, if anything. Again, I feel as though past Pete's involvement in this battle here really isn't all that helpful. In fact, I find it more of a hindrance, if anything, but that's just me. It is kind of strange to see that this whole battlefield doesn't really change all that much. I mean, it does change the scenery to these 4 rooms that we previously experienced. But again, it's nothing really too substantial. By the way, whenever you see Pete activate his little spear of invincibility, stop attacking him and you'll be fine. Also, I'm not too sure, but I feel as though you can reflect back those rolling bombs of which he throws at you. Yeah, you can. And it's a pretty good idea to do so, as doing so will deal quite a bit of damage to Pete. By the way, once you get into the final battlefield, the fight is basically won. And that's this fight in a nutshell. Pretty easy.
It's Yeah, and stay out.
Yeah, I know.
Click.
Would somebody tell me what's been going on here? Who was that creep anyways?
Hello? That creep was you for the future.
Sora, that's a secret.
Secret? What kind of secret? Oh, never mind. Sorry I put you guys through all that trouble.
Well, we're sorry we attacked you.
And to show you my appreciation, I'll let you pilot my steamboat. Best little craft on the river. My deckhand Mickey's late anyways.
Sounds fun. And there's Mickey. Cute. Anyway, after completing Timeless River, we got our hands on the Monochrome. Increases the effect of restoration items used on the field by 50%. Pretty neat. So in other words, it gets item boost.
I'll bet you the castle's safe now.
Guess we should head back.
Well, as long as we're here.
Donald!
No. Oh, what could you down here? Let it go. Let it go.
1, 2, 3. I'm done.
The thorns have disappeared.
By George, the lads have accomplished their mission.
Hooray! Let's have an acorn feast to celebrate. Welcome back. Because of your bravery, the castle is safe and protected again. Thank you so much for all you've done.
You're welcome.
You guys?
Now, boys, I hope you didn't do anything reckless while you were there.
Of course not. Daisy! Daisy, I'm back!
Who? Daisy is Donald's very special sweetheart.
Really?
What?
Donald, you forgot about our date again. You'd better have a good excuse this time.
But Daisy,
I know it's an important mission, but you could at least check in every once in a while.
Sora?
Donald?
Just be a minute.
Going somewhere?
Of course not.
Donald!
Oh, look.
Funny enough, that part of the scene is actually censored over here in the West. Sorry to pause, but the reason why is in the original Japanese version, Daisy was seen doing like a little rumpa-pum-pum on Donald's ass. But it was changed to scolding over here in the West. I don't know why that is. Probably just to eliminate some sort of sexual suggestion? I don't get it, but whatever. Just figure I'd mention it anyway. Who knew that this place also has a keyhole to seal? You wouldn't think a place like this would have a keyhole, but here we are.
Daisy, we need Donald for just a little longer.
How much longer?
Well...
I'll be back soon, Daisy.
Don't you worry, Queen Minnie. We'll return.
Please tell the king that we're still looking for him.
I will. See you soon.
Think wisely.
And with that, we get access to our second form, Wisdom form. With Donald's help, use the drive command to change into Wisdom form. This is one of 2 forms in the entire game that doesn't allow you to use 2 keyblades. Instead, it's just 1. The other form will be revealed in good time, folks. And with that, we now have access to a few more new worlds. And a new episode is added to Olympus Coliseum. So that's pretty neat. So why don't we go check out this new episode in Olympus Coliseum first. And I think a good first stop would be here. Well, the coast is clear. No sign of the nobodies or the Heartless, for now anyway. What's that? The Underdome. Fiends of the underworld once clashed there, battle after battle. But Zeus didn't like the senseless violence, so he locked the place up. How did it get unlocked? Some fools must have broken the seal. What an idiot. Funny. Where are you going, Orin? We should catch up. If you need something to do, go help your friends. Sounds fair. Just talk to me if you want to enter a tournament. His most perniciousness, whatever, is feeling kind of charitable, so don't worry about dying or anything. You should consider yourself lucky. And if you win, you'll get lots of fabulous prizes. There are a bunch of tournaments, so make sure you check back often. Yeah, it's a good way to spend some time. That I have to agree with. So, the tournaments from Olympus Coliseum are now here in the Underworld. Also, let's take a look at Wisdom's abilities. We have Wisdom Shot. Change the command attack to shoot. Mobile action enables actions to be used while moving. Magic Haste shortens magic casting time and enables rapid magic combos. Magic Spice powers up finishing moves and magic combos. Retaliating Slash, we have this. When knocked down, quickly regain balance and counterattack with square. And we also have Quick Run level 1. Tilt the left stick and press square to sprint rapidly. Keep the button pressed down for distance. And that's probably one of the best ways of getting around. We also have MP Hastera, or Hastega, times 2. Anywho, we also have some new abilities for Goofy as well. We have Goofy Tornado and Defender. Unfortunately, we can't equip either one right now, but hey, it is what it is. Anywho, we do have a new spell, Reflect. Fends and shoots back enemy attacks used from the magic command. Definitely worth equipping this for sure. Reflect is like one of the best defensive spells in the entire game. One that is incredibly important and underutilized. Then again, maybe it is more utilized if anything else, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, let's take a look at Monochrome. Ooh. Okay, I'll take this, and I think I'll go ahead and swap out Starseeker for Hero's Crest. That ought to work. Also, now that we have our second form, Wisdom form, we can now finally level up Valor form again. So, unfortunately, the experience we did gain with Valor form is not retroactive. And therefore, you do have to gain that experience again. In other words, what you did previously before you hit the cap, it unfortunately doesn't count. And I believe we can increase this up by one more level. Afterwards, then it'll be capped again until later on in the story. So, unlike Valor form where your experience is tied to the amount of hits you hit an enemy with, to level up Wisdom form, what we need to do here is we need to defeat Heartless. For every Heartless you defeat, you get 1 point of experience for Wisdom form. Again, you have to be in Wisdom form in order to have that experience count. So that is something worth mentioning and worth keeping in mind. Anyway, let's say hello to good old Hercules. Seems like he's still down in the dumps. The Colosseum was so beautiful. Just look at it now. Hades was right. I don't have what it takes to be a hero. Hercules is fine. He just needs a break. Isn't that right, Wonder Boy? Well, looks like everyone seems to be all happy and hunky-dory for now, except for poor old Hercules. But hey, I'm sure there'll be a way to undo that at some point in time. For now, though, let's talk to you. You can sign up for a tournament here. You can enter as many times as you want. So, our first tournament that we can take on in the Underdome Extreme is the Pain and Panic Cup. Fight alongside your friends. The drive gauge can't be used, but limits consume less MP than usual. Pretty nice, all things considered. And no experiences gained during any tournaments whatsoever. Tournament levels, you do need to keep those in mind. Even though the battle level here for this world is level 16, that doesn't mean the tournament level matches that. It's a good idea to keep in mind the tournament levels if you're planning on competing in the tournaments in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, you may walk into an anime meat grinder and get your ass kicked hard. Trust me, that's not a fun time for anyone, period. Speaking of not a fun time, we have 2 more worlds to explore. Let's go and open up this one with Splash Island. Technically speaking, this entire world right here is optional, but I am going to be opening it up because we do need it opened as far as the completion process is concerned. So, let's break out the Highwind level 3 and have some fun with this. Teeny ships. Teeny ships fight alongside the gummy ship while blocking normal enemy attacks.
Bring it on!
In other words, these are very, very useful craft. You always want to have these mini crafts as much as humanly possible. And eventually we will be able to make our own miniature mini crafts and put them alongside our normal crafts at some point in time, but as of right now, not right now. I'm not exactly sure when we'll be getting the ability to use our own tiny ships, but it shouldn't be too far off as far as right now. When it comes to this particular flight course, it really isn't all that difficult. In fact, it's pretty smooth sailing, all things considered. Again, just hold down the X button, you'll be fine, you'll be good to go. Most of the enemies around here really aren't much of a threat. All they do is just fire ring projectiles, which you can very easily dodge. And also spin around to your heart's content if you absolutely need to. Okay. Thankfully, there shouldn't be too much more left to this course. Again, it's a pretty short one, all things considered. I will say this, the music for this course as well as the next one we're going to be taking on, they do share the same track, but they are pretty good in their own right. In fact, it is pretty relaxing, all things considered. But even so. Just saying. Goodbye. Okay. Again, not too much left to go. In fact, I think we're just about at the end. And as you can see, for the most part, most of the enemies around here are basically normal enemies with the exception of this one. This one's probably the most dangerous enemy out of everyone here, but once you take it out, then regular enemies will start to show up again. So you kind of have to be quick when taking that thing out. Especially if you want more treasure ships to spawn. Just saying. Again, I will say that the tiny ships are very useful, but they're not exactly essential. And later on, you'll see why. Anyway, once again, we unlock missions level 1 and 2 for this route. And we also unlock High Wind level 4. Nice! And also got auto counter for completing the course. And as you can see, we didn't get very many treasures, but more will become unlocked as time goes on. Trust me. So anyway, this world over here is probably the most infamous world in the entire game for many people. This is Atlantica. Remember this place? Well, this place, well, as you can see, it has a battle level of 0, so in other words, no Heartless will spawn in this place. But this world is technically optional. It is 110% optional, and you don't need to torture yourself to go there if you so do not wish to do so, unless you're going for 100% completion, in which case, good luck. We'll worry about that world later. And besides, we can't really complete the world in a single trip. As we progress through the story, we'll be gated, believe it or not. In order to complete the world, we'll have to progress towards the very end of the game in order to get everything unlocked completely for Atlantica. And besides, it's a better idea to wait until the end of the game. That way I can take care of everything all in one trip anyway. For now, let's head on off to the next area, Floating Island. So this way we can unlock the next world. And, of course, we have another new ship to play with, so let's play with High Wind level 4. Let's go. Okay. Once again, this is another one of those worlds, or another one of those routes where, just like with the previous one, it does share the same track, and it has similar vibes. Though I find it to be a lot more linear and more straightforward than the previous course. There's a lot less looping around, if you know what I mean. Also, these gigantic Heartless here, they may not be colored necessarily, but they do have treasures. So be sure to take those guys out if you want the treasures. Trust me, you want to do that. Just keep in mind, though, if you're planning on taking out these gigantic walking tanks, it will take a ton of firepower. And lots of shooting. But, like I said, the reward is so worth it. Because you get some nice, sweet treasures afterwards. Usually it's just one piece of treasure, but again, worth it for later for sure. There we go, another walker down. Kind of weird how it doesn't walk in the sky, if you know what I mean. Okay, that was horrible. I apologize. That was probably one of the cringiest things I ever said in my life. Ow. Also, I'm pretty sure those walkers there. You can destroy them. It just takes a lot more firepower in order to do so, like, instantaneously. Trust me, just saying. Also, I'm pretty sure this ship has auto counter. Whenever the ship gets hit, it will automatically fire any of all of its lasers that it currently has equipped. Also, I'm pretty sure there are some treasures that you can't get on your first attempt, no matter how hard you try. So that is something worth mentioning as well. Out of the two routes of the two related worlds that we're going to be visiting at some point in time, I find this one to be the easier of the two routes in my opinion, but that's just me. Of course, some people may feel different in that regard, and that's totally fine. But again, like I said, I find that this route is easier than the other one, in my opinion. Excelente! Missions level 1 and 2 are now open for this route, and High Wind level 5 has been obtained. As well as Falcon level 5. Nice! And we also got a new thing called Cost Limit Upgrade. So, this is more or less designed for building your own gummy ships, which we will be getting to at a later point in time. For now, let us just proceed as per usual. Okay, folks, this is probably going to be the most interesting of places to go, as we're heading into Port Royal, as this place is probably going to be one of those places where I may end up having to mute the video in certain sections. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens and see what the copyright holders have to say about this. For now, let's head into Port Royal. Don't be surprised if certain parts get muted. Well, maybe not here on Twitch, but definitely on YouTube later.
Wow! This place is
Kinda different.
Indeed it is. Welcome to Port Royal, aka the world of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Did you know that there's supposedly a reboot in the works that isn't going to be starring Johnny Depp? Uh-oh.
something's up.
Organization 13?
Could be both.
Only
You never
one
know.
way to find out.
Oh boy. So, just plain Jane exploring this world really isn't that bad when it comes to music and copyright and things of that nature, but the battle theme is going to be something else entirely. And you'll soon see what I mean. But for now, we have some investigating to do in this wondrous world of Port Royal. And it's going to be quite fun, let me tell you. Anyway, let's head on down and investigate the screams of torment. Also, clashing art designs.
Treasure, eh?
Aye, and thanks to the curse put on it, we are neither among the living nor the dead.
Really? 'Cause you look like regular pirates to me.
But in the moonlight.
Whoa! Now I get what you were saying. Well, if you see two doofuses and a brat holding a keyblade, steer clear. They got a kind of magic that don't belong in this world, see? And nobody knows what it'll do to you. Especially when the moon's showing what you really are.
A match for Barbosa, you say?
Hey!
See there? I knew it. Those are the punks I was telling you about.
Who are you calling punks? It's Sora, Donald, and Goofy to you, and don't you forget it.
That we won't. And we'll engrave it on your tombstone, to be sure.
Whoa, I like your style.
Man, half of you stay here and indulge these cullies. The rest, bring me that medallion.
Aye.
Aw, we only get to stomp on a few of you?
So, as you can hear, the battle theme is basically the main theme of Pirates of the Caribbean. And, yeah, the thing about this theme is that in the original PlayStation 2 release, it used more like a synthesized version of the song, but in the HD remixes of the game, it's more or less using the original score.
No use. We can't beat them.
Aye, what do you expect?
Ooh.
You best be saying your prayers. Hey, watch out, they can see you. Stay away from their magic. What for? Weren't you listening to me before?
Hey, Pete, thanks for the tip.
Ha! Lol. That's funny. But, here we go again. Time for round 2. This time, as Pete was saying, we can actually utilize our magic to a great degree. In fact, our magic prowess is super effective against these enemies here. Hey, this ain't over. If you say so. If Pete's here, that must mean we have work to do. Yep. And that pirate captain looked pretty mean, too. Man, I'd hate to see him turn into a Heartless. Well, we are here. Hey, maybe we can take a pirate ship out for a spin. Just kidding. Weren't those guys heading into town? Yeah, I think they were looking for treasure. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, like I was saying, the main battle theme for this world is the main theme for Pirates of the Caribbean. Probably one of the best tunes which was ever composed in the Disney movie period. But still.
Where are you taking me? Let me go!
Elizabeth! Stop! What are they?
It's the Heartless! Watch out!
We'll deal with them. Go, take cover.
Oh boy. So we're not only dealing with pirates who can show their true forms in the moonlight, but we also have to deal with a lot of Heartless here too. Ain't that fun? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting to take off that one ability that I just equipped not that long ago. Again, I believe it was like dodge or whatever the hell it was. It was like some sort of dodge ability. It was one where Sora spins around like a top. This is an ability of which you really shouldn't have equipped. And one I always forget to turn off, and I always forget how bad it is until I use it. Well done. My own fencing skills are not to be ashamed of, but I've never faced foes such as that before. You really think we're that good? Did you find your friend? I was too late, but I must rescue her. Would you help me? Of course. I'm Sora. This is Donald and Goofy. And I'm William Turner, but call me Will. Okay, Will, let's go. Right, let's go back to the docks. We gotta get back to the docks. Which thankfully is pretty easy to do. Just retrace your steps and you'll be able to get there in no time. But for now, boom. Take off dodge slash. And let's see what other abilities we can work with here. Okay, I think this ought to work. While we're exploring this part of Port Royal, there will be areas where not only Heartless will show up, but regular pirates will also make their appearance here. The only way to deal with those pirates is to wait until they eventually get exposed by the moonlight. Which, for the most part, it really isn't too difficult to achieve. As for the most part, I feel as though most of the time at this point in time, the pirates will be exposed to the moonlight. However, there are certain areas of which the pirates will not be exposed in. Primarily when it comes to places that have like shadows and openings. So in other words, places that have rooftops, or roofs, or ceilings. That's what I was trying to get at here. If you see a roof over your head, that means the pirates cannot expose themselves, and you need to lure them out of that area in order to deal with them. Otherwise, your butt is as good as gone. In which case, they'll be completely invincible, and that's not exactly fun. Just saying. Okay. Next. By the way, we can return to the rampart at any time. Funny enough, this world itself doesn't seem to be that big, but trust me, we're only just approaching this place. In other words, this is only a small part of this world. There's more to this place than meets the eye, and you'll soon see why.
We're too late. Huh? Those pirates kidnapped my swan and took her to their ship. Now they've sailed, and I'll never be able to find her.
Then she's long gone. The Black Pearl is nigh uncatchable. Best find yourself another girl, mate.
Hello there, Discount Johnny Depp.
What are you doing aboard the Interceptor? She's off limits to civilians.
Ah, fortunate that I'm going to commandeer her then. She'll make a fine pirate ship.
A pirate?
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please.
What makes you say that, Mr. Sparrow? Anyway, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is I'm gonna leave Donald in the party and keep in Jack Sparrow. So yeah, Jack is one. He also has his own fair share of abilities and has his own limit as well. Definitely worth having these abilities equipped for the most part. Also, we have auto healing. Restores HP when replaced by another party member with change. So in other words, I believe he'll restore his HP over time when you swap him out for another party member with that ability equipped, as far as I know. But unfortunately, we don't have enough AP to equip auto limit. But again, it's not that big of a deal because I can always select limit from the command menu anyway. So again, not that big of a deal. And honestly, I think the other abilities to which Jack has equipped are more useful anyway. So, there's that. Let's see, anything else? No, I don't think there is. I thought it had another AP boost here, but apparently not. We have to hurry to rescue Miss Swan. Are you ready to leave the port? Yes, I'm ready to go.
You can release me. You have your trinket. I'm of no further value to you.
This is no trinket, Missy. This is cursed Aztec gold. One of 882 identical pieces they delivered in a stone chest to Cortez himself.
I hardly believe in ghost stories anymore, Captain Barbosa.
That's exactly what I thought. Buried on an island of dead, what cannot be found except for those who know where it is. Find it we did. There be the chest. Inside be the gold. And we took 'em all. We spent 'em and traded 'em and fritted 'em away on drink and food and pleasurable company. The more we gave 'em away, the more we came to realize the drink would not satisfy, and food turned to ash in our mouths. We are cursed men, Miss Turner. Compelled by greed we were, but now we are consumed by it.
How very sad for you.
There is one way we can end our curse. All the scattered pieces of the Aztec gold must be gathered and restored to the stone chest. And the blood of every soul who touched a piece of the treasure must be repaid. Miss Turner, for 10 years we've searched every league of these waters, every town and village, preying on sailors and settlers alike. 881 pieces we found, but despaired of ever finding the last. All those years, you've been safe in your bed, reading your pirate stories, dreaming of adventures in the high seas. We've endured torments worse than death itself. But now, thanks to ye, we have the final piece at last. When this medallion is restored to the chest, we'll be free to roam the seas as men. No longer will we be ghosts.
And the blood that's to be repaid?
That's why there's no sense to be killing you. Yet.
Hello there.
You see, the moonlight shows us for what we really are. We're not among the living, and so we cannot die. But neither are we dead. I've suffered too long. You'd best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. For you see, tonight, you're in one.
Well, that's quite interesting. Anyway, best to look around this interceptor, as, believe it or not, this may be a location in which we may never return to. Although I'm pretty sure that this place will never have a treasure chest in it, so you don't need to worry about missing any treasures on this ship. But, hey, just saying. Anyway, let's see what new items we have on sale. We have chain gear and victory bell. I wish I could get both of these at once, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. At least at this point, I can sell some items for a little bit of money here, which may not be a bad idea. Although, I think I'm going to go ahead and sell this mega potion I have, as really, I don't need it. And I think I'll also sell this drive recovery. There we go. Here we are. Also forgot to hand in my synthesized items. Learn to synthesize more new items through free development gained from completing the collection. Sweet. Let's see what we got. We can make a material now if we wanted, but unfortunately we don't have the materials necessary. But we can actually make one thing here. The Blizzaga armlet. Pretty neat. Let's go ahead and make one of these now, shall we? And synthesize. increases blizzard resistance and greatly increases defense. And Moogle level up. Now we can use Serenity materials used in old creations found in creations. So in other words, if we want to recreate something, we can now use a Serenity Shard. So using a Serenity Shard will make it so an item that we created before, we can actually increase its rank. So a drive recovery becomes a high drive recovery. Or something to that extent. And a Blizzaga amulet will become a Blizzagun amulet. So again, very nice to have. Although I believe there are some exceptions to some items which you cannot increase the levels of. But that'll come in due time. For now, I think I'm good with what I have for the time being. So, let's go ahead and equip these new weapons. Here you go, Goofy. Nice chain gear for you, and you get the victory bell. Believe it or not, that sounds like the name of a Pokemon. Which, let me tell you folks, it kinda is. Whatever. No big deal. Again, always worth purchasing stuff. Lots and lots of new things as you come across them. Alright, let's head back to the Interceptor and see what else we can do. If you want to proceed, just talk to Jack Sparrow here. You want to catch the Black Pearl, right? If so, stop moseying around and let's go. Speak to Jack at any time if you wish to proceed to a new location on the map. I believe there are 3 locations in all, with the exception of this moment where we can proceed to the Black Pearl. So, let's go. Whenever you're proceeding onward to a new destination, or to any destination for that matter, you may end up getting ambushed by some enemies. In which case, you can either defeat them all or escape to the interior of the ship. If you're a speedrunner, you'd want to escape, but for the rest of us, casual players, it's worth it to kill every enemy you see. Why are you so fixated on the compass? It'll be she that leads us to the Isle de Merida? Where Barbossa's heading, Savvy? Or Savvy? How do you know? Ah, lad. He and I once had our eyes on a treasure, Aztec gold. 'Twas hidden on the Isle de Merida, whatever. But he turned traitor and stole my ship. So he's after that treasure then. Treasure's already his. So the curse is upon it. I've no desire for such treacherous spoils, but I will have back what's mine. The Black Pearl. You lads wait here. Young Turner and I will rescue the lady. Hey, what about us? You're to guard the ship, of course. It's a task given only to the bravest pirates. Alright. Guard her well. Shall we? I think he was just trying to fast-talk us. And you fell for it. What's keeping those two? They sure are taking their time. If Pete's hanging around, there must be Heartless here too. And Jack and Will aren't used to fighting Heartless. Let's go see. Are you sure that's such a good idea, Sora? Because honestly, I don't think that is. Anyway, Jack temporarily leaves the party for now, and Donald and Goofy are back together once more. Also, I forgot to equip the Blizzaga amulet, or armlet, whatever. Let's see. Who would this be best used for? Honestly, I think I'll give this to Goofy instead. There we go. That'll work. And I'll read over the journal entries later. I tend to do that off screen anyway.
Every last piece that went astray, we have returned, save for this. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse forever.
That doesn't sound good. Usually that would mean sacrificing a lamb or something, but no, in this case they mean like actual blood. Like, any amount of blood will do. But these are pirates we're talking about here. In other words, they may go to the extreme just for the sake of doing so. There we go. Gotta say, that was definitely fun. The fun's only just begun, folks. And you may be wondering, where the hell is this map? Well, that'll come into play relatively soon. Hey!
Quick, they're after us!
Oh boy.
We'll hold them off. Give us a sign when the ship's ready to sail.
Right. We'll light the signal fire.
Okay. Time for this fun battle. So what we need to do here is defend ourselves for 1 full minute. So all we need to do here is just simply survive. It's a good idea to try to lure all these pirates all the way here. Also, we got ourselves another new ability, Leaf Bracer. Definitely worth having here. Thanks, Goofy. You're the best. Also, pay attention to the reaction commands that you may have here. You never know, it may come in handy in more ways than one. Also, ow. Well, that sucked. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? Okay, let's get through this nice and quickly. Thankfully, once again, we can just skip the cutscenes that we encounter at this point. So again, no big deal. Besides, this is a pretty good opportunity to grab the treasures and then just simply mark a checkpoint, go back, and then we can try this crap again. Again, nothing really too difficult here. Also, I'm pretty sure we can't return to the ship. Let's go check out that cave. Okay, makes sense. Let's go. Back to it. Why don't we try this again now, shall we? And hopefully this time we won't get completely annihilated like a gosh diddly dang idiot. Skip scene, please. Oof. One thing I'm definitely not a fan of when it comes to defending yourself against these enemies here is that it is possible to get completely overwhelmed. Not necessarily by sheer numbers, but... Okay, I need to rephrase that. One thing that's very annoying is that you can accidentally knock an enemy into the shadows. Doing so is pretty damn bad, as if you do that, then the enemy becomes invincible again and won't reveal their skeleton forms. Okay. All done. Well, at least that's taken care of, and we received our level up again.
The signal!
I wonder where the hell Jack went. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Where's Jack? Well...
And now, the blood will be repaid.
Also, this is another scene that runs at 60 FPS. Kinda weird.
To free us from this curse forever.
No, not yet. We wait for the opportune moment.
When it's of greatest profit to you?
May I ask you something? Have I ever given you reason not to trust me? Stay here. Try not to do anything stupid.
Whatever you say, discount Jack Sparrow. Discount Johnny Depp. Or not. Ow.
Begun by blood undone. You, maid, your father, was your father William Turner?
No.
I don't understand. What's going on? Who brought this wench to us? She said her name was Turner. Come on. Why isn't it working? You need more blood. Get on with idiots.
Hurry.
You there! The medallion! After them, you ingrates!
Well, that would explain things. I had to. Jack's no fairy tale pirate. The real ones aren't to be trusted. Makes sense. Also, we got a map for the Isle de Merida. Cool. Cool. Nice to see. We better get back to Port Royal. We should be safe there. Are you sure if that's really a good idea? Anyway, let's head on back. But before we do, we have some enemies to fend off. Or we could just run for the hills. But yeah, as you can see, our magic is super effective against every single one of these pirates here. I think the value of magic here is that it deals... I can't really say how much more damage it does. If I have to guess, it's probably triple the damage. If we're thinking like Fire Emblem logic when it comes to critical hits and critical attacks. But, nah. I don't think it's that simple or that complex. I have no idea.
Is it true? You gave Barbossa my name instead of yours. Why choose my name?
I don't know.
Elizabeth, where did you get that?
It's yours. From that day we found you. Drifting at sea.
After all this time, I thought I lost it. It was a gift from my father. He sent it to me.
I'm sorry.
Why did you take it?
Because I was afraid that you were a pirate. That would have been awful.
Of course. Don't you see? It wasn't your blood they needed. It was my father's blood. My blood. The blood of a pirate.
Very interesting.
How the blazes did you get off that island, Jack?
When you sailed away in my ship and marooned me on that godforsaken spit of land with naught but a pistol and a single shot, you forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
I won't be making that mistake again.
Then what say you to putting the past behind us untying these ropes and letting me negotiate the return of your medallion, eh? What say you to that?
Seeing as how the Black Pearl's mine now, Jack, letting you go doesn't seem to fall within my interest.
Odd. I'm not actually concerned with your interest. Give me back the pearl!
Arr. All right, lock him in the brig.
We're coming up on the interceptor. What do we do, Captain?
What do you think, you idiot?
You sank it, you jackass.
Will, look!
What now? I wonder what Jack would do.
I'm not sure.
We fight.
I suppose he'd run for it.
Sounds good to me.
Will!
Everyone hit the deck!
We're just gonna have to fight.
Like we have a choice. Alright, folks, here we mother truck and go. I'm not even sure what the terminology is, port to starboard. Regardless, time to fight us some damn pirates. So, what we need to do here is hold on to this medallion, and also if a pirate ends up stealing it, you have about 1 minute to recover it. And honestly, it's pretty easy to do if you do end up having it stolen from you. And anytime a pirate would drop the medallion, you do have to pick it back up. Otherwise, it could very easily end up getting stolen again. By the way, anytime you take damage, you do drop the medallion, so that is something to keep in mind. Thankfully, you can figure out who stole the medallion by looking above their heads. The ones that have the medallion icon above their heads are the ones that stole the medallion. Also, be on the lookout for little circles that appear on the ship itself. That means that the Black Pearl is going to be firing on the deck. Can you please go back to the light? For the love of God. Oh, come on! Really? Screw you, game. That is bullcrap. Ugh. Damn it. Well, here we go again. What's even more annoying is now we have to redo this whole fight again. Again, we can always just hide underneath of the deck and not worry about this, but again, you miss out on a good experience if you do that. Again, I really hate how this ship has a bunch of different shadows. I will say this, the best magic spell to use against these pirates is definitely Blizzard, because at least with Blizzard you can freeze them in place. So, that's pretty nice. Oh my god, you goddamn serious. By the way, I believe if time runs out, regardless of the situation, then you automatically lose. So in other words, it's game over. Thank you, Goofy. You are the man. if I'm being honest here, I feel as though locking on to an enemy here may not exactly be the best of ideas. The only one you really should worry about locking onto are the ones of which have the medallion. Other than that, though, this really shouldn't be too bad. Unless, once again, you don't know what you're doing. Also, I'm not 100% sure if you have to fend off all the pirates, or if you only have to defeat a certain number of them. Of course, you can always fire back on the Black Pearl to stun it for a bit. Although I feel it's more of a hindrance, if anything, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. I can't really say for sure. Come here. There we go. Got ourselves Ariel Spiral and draw for Donald. That's awesome.
We beat the pirates.
Well, did you know?
Jack.
Oh boy.
Now then, I'll be having back that medallion. Unless it's more important than their lives.
Barbossa! She goes free.
Go ahead, boy, shoot. We can't die.
You can't. But I can.
Also, this is another scene that was censored between English and Japanese. In the Japanese version, Will points the gun to his head. In other words, kind of looking like this, if you know what I mean. But, obviously, as you see here in the English release, he just puts the gun down like, yeah, I can kill myself, but nah, I'm not good enough for that. That's not worth it. It never is, by the way.
My name is Will Turner. My father was Bootstrap Bill Turner. His blood runs in my veins.
Aye?
On my word, do as I say, or I'll pull this trigger and be lost to Davy Jones' locker.
Name your terms, Mr. Turner.
Talk
Release
about
Elizabeth,
awkward.
And Sora, and Donald, and Goofy too.
Anything else?
Leave, now.
Agreed. Leave we shall. But the Heartless stay.
Oh boy. Well, that's not good.
No fair.
I mean, these are pirates. Why should we expect them to be fair? Good work, Barbossa! Who knew it'd be this easy? Barbossa, you coward! That's the last time I trust a pirate. The powder kegs are ready, Captain. Then I bid ye farewell. What are we gonna do? We'll be blown to smithereens. Why struggle, mate? A pirate knows when to surrender. Are you serious, Jack? Your average pirate, anyway. Doink. First, we got to see to the gunpowder. I'm not about to lose this ship. I still don't plan to trust pirates again. Wise policy, lad. So, at this point, Jack forcibly forces himself into the party, and again, you can't really switch him out for anyone else at this point. Also, let's check out Ariel Spiral. Closes in on enemies on far targets in midair and unleashes spinning attacks. Pretty sweet. I'm definitely going to be using it, that's for sure. Also, Leaf Bracer, hell yes, equip this and keep this equipped at all times. Casting Cure on yourself will continue even when attacked. So in other words, curing yourself will give you invulnerability frames, just like in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's definitely worth equipping for sure, just saying. And, of course, Donald can now equip Draw, but I'm actually going to give him Fantasia. Why? Because it is his limit, and I've yet to unleash Jack's limit, along with Donald's limit as well. And again, something to look into for sure. By the way, you can use this save point to leave the world and also come back. If you feel like you're under-leveled and you're getting your ass kicked, don't be afraid to go back to any previous world. Just keep in mind that once you leave, there's only this save point to return to. They bring the ship with explosives. We have to throw them overboard once you get up to the deck. Who knows what else they've done? Please be careful. Will do. Also, I'm pretty sure there's nothing else of worth to worry about here. Alright, let's head up to the deck. Alright, here we go. So what we need to do here is we need to get rid of these explosive barrels before they go off. Also, try to prioritize barrels that you see are lit on fire. As if you don't get rid of those will explode sooner than any of the other barrels as far as I know. Plus it takes quite a while for the reaction command to complete, and it's very easy to end up getting yourself interrupted. And if that happens, you will have to restart the animation sequence all over again. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about a time limit. That is, unless you happen to, unless the barrel happens to be lit. There we go, all done. And what a way to go out, too. Also, Goofy got a second chance.
All clear.
That's the second time I've had to watch that man sail away with my ship, but I'll be having her back soon enough.
That I have to agree with you there, buddy. You stay with the ship, lass. I'll do no such thing. Will could die in there. Dear William is fine, trust me. I am not a fool, Jack. Then trust me instead. Sora, Donald, Goofy, bring Will back safely. Okay. Again, makes perfect sense. Anyway, we have another absent silhouette that we can choose to take on. And again, not a good idea to take on at this point in time, otherwise we're gonna get our ass kicked into the freaking dirt. And let me tell you, that's not a fun time. Anyway, second chance is definitely an ability worth equipping for sure. I'm definitely going to equip second chance for Goofy here, and I think I will equip another ability instead. Let's do Goofy Tornado. Sure, why not? What am I doing? Why do I keep pulling up the journal? That's dumb. Of course, the journal is nice to keep in mind as it helps you with tracking your progress. Alrighty, let us head on out. And of course, we're going to be greeted by some lovely, lovely pirate friends. It's definitely going to be fun. Along with the pirate friends, we'll also be accompanied by the Heartless too. Ain't that going to be for fun? It most certainly is. Also, I haven't had a chance to show off Wisdom form yet, but I will show that off soon enough. Okay, let's get moving here. Well, that's a bit annoying. Especially considering that, once again, we can't really do much of anything here. Also, I'm pretty sure defeating the pirate enemies here with magic, they will drop MP orbs, more than likely. So, that's pretty sweet. Also, pretty sweet level up right there, too. Nice. Another AP boost. Pretty sweet. Of course, we're not done here yet, though, folks. We still have a bit of a ways to go. honestly, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and just... Right, what I was trying to say was, honestly, it's not a bad idea at this point to use something like a tent. Might as well show this off. We have 4 of them. What these will do is that these will fully restore our HP and MP gauges to full, which is nice. However, you can only use them in the main menus. So, that is something to keep in mind. And again, I will be showing off Jack's limits soon enough. I just keep forgetting to do so. Well, here's Donald's limit, Comet. Honestly, Comet, or Donald's first limit, I believe it's called Fantasia. Regardless, that's not exactly Donald's best ability, his best limit. Just saying. His best limit is soon to come. Okay, can we please finish this up quickly? I seriously hate dealing with these stupid pirates here. I really hate how you can only damage them under the moonlight. But again, you don't have to worry about clouds rolling in and ruining your plans. So at least there's that. But even so. Wait, don't I have Jack's limit engaged? Oh, all of his abilities are turned off. No wonder. Okay. I'm a doofus. Alrighty then. Let's head on in now, shall we? Well, this is definitely interesting. Alright. Bluff time. Anyway, that particular limit, it is pretty neat, all things considered. It's not exactly my favorite limit, but still, it is a pretty fun limit nonetheless. Just again, it's one of those things where, I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's one of those things where it does act like a gravitational vortex with a random booby-trapped treasure chest that kind of appears out of nowhere, but hey, I'm just saying. It is a pretty neat limit. Not one of my favorites, though, by far. Sit down, son. Again, I really hate how easy it is to end up pushing the enemy back into the shadows. Again, it is kind of annoying that you have to deal with that constantly. And honestly, I think I can definitely see why people would despise this world so much. Otherwise, other than that, other than the pirate crap, this world is definitely one of the more fun worlds to explore. And I actually mean that genuinely. I'm just saying. It's really weird to explain.
Now, let's be trying this again. The last of the Aztec treasure has been returned. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse forever. This time for sure.
Ahoy! Treasure, mateys!
Not possible.
Not probable. We'll land and we're pirates.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sora!
Donald Duck!
Goofy, too.
So you want to play pirate? Best save the play acting for the nursery. After them!
Cute.
No more play acting now.
Thank you, Sora.
Oh, where's Jack?
Jack! Get him!
Huh?
Ow!
Jack!
You're a fool, Jack Sparrow.
Oh my, he's one of the undead too. Who knew?
Jack.
Show yourself, Pete! The tide has changed!
See? I told you you'd be needing old Pete.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be real fun. So, in this battle, we're not only going to be dealing with Barbossa here, but we also need to deal with the enemy Heartless that is completely darkening this room. Once you take out the enemy Heartless, then Barbossa can be taken out pretty easily. Of course, you do have to keep in mind that you do have to keep him under the moonlight in order to get him to even get to this state. Also, here is Wisdom form. As you can see, this is more like a rapid fire kind of form. It's also more built around magic consumption. So, yeah, that's a pretty neat form. And there we go, all done. Drive gauge powered up and got aerial finish. Sweet. Hello, Ghost. Welcome to the stream. To answer your question, I'm doing well.
Over.
Right. Care to surrender, Barbossa? Well, enough of this then. What say you we call it a draw?
Jack, how many times do I have to tell you?
Laugh while you can, Barbossa.
I feel cold.
Ooh, he a dead man. Cool. Well, welcome. Well, glad that's all taken care of. Barbossa is a dead man, and you know what they say.
Now, Jack.
Dead men tell no tales.
Whatever I want, now that the pearl is mine again.
That she is. Thank you, Jack.
I didn't want you hitting me again, mate.
Hey, Jack. Good luck.
I remember to be good.
I'm off.
Will!
Good for them.
Uh-huh. Hey, Sora, how come your face is all red?
What? It is not red.
I know who you're thinking about.
There we go, folks. Another keyhole has been sealed.
You know, for a minute there, I was afraid we were gonna lose Donald to the curse of the treasure.
Yup, me too.
Cute. Anyway, after completing the world, we got ourselves a new Keyblade. Follow the wind. Draws in nearby orbs. So in other words, it has a built-in draw ability, which is awesome to see. And we also get access to 2 more worlds that we can play in, which we will be opening up momentarily. We have 2 different routes to open up first and foremost. We have Broken Highway as well as Ancient Highway. Both highway stages are a lot of fun, let me tell you, folks. Alright, let's open up Ancient Highway first. Why? Because, well, it's more fun. So, let's see what we should play with now. How about we play with the... how about... Let's go with Falcon level 5. This is probably the more badass looking ship right now that we have in our arsenal. Why the heck not, right? Let's go! Welcome to Ancient Highway. As you can see, this place has probably one of the best musical tracks in any sort of auto-scroller or any sort of route. Just saying, it's definitely one of my favorite tracks in the game. As you can tell, this place is quite a rockin' tune. Am I right? Again, this really isn't all that difficult. We don't really need to worry too much about whether or not we get through this place alive. So long as we keep firing our guns, we should be fine. Just keep in mind, though, that if you want to make it so you don't die to this rolling behemoth here, what we need to do here is shoot at the one exhaust that is pointing in a different direction. And we do have to alternate between the 2 different exhausts throughout the course of the highway. Otherwise, the enemy is just going to be rolling into us, knocking us back a bit. And also dealing quite a bit of damage as a result. Not exactly a fun time. Just saying. Okay. But other than that, though, this really isn't that bad of a highway or that bad of a route whatsoever. Definitely a fun place to explore. Well, you can't really explore it per se, but still, you get my point. It's a fun place to go through, and one that's definitely worth replaying again and again, just for the hell of it, just for fun. You never know. You may get more enjoyment out of this highway than any other route in the game. Just saying. Whoa! Looks like we're not alone here. We got this big-ass behemoth of the Heartless here. Great! And once again, all you really have to worry about here is just simply holding down the fire button. Eventually, it will either vanish without a trace, or you will be able to destroy it. Destroying it will grant you a pretty sweet treasure, all things considered. Plus, more enemies will show up as well. Definitely worth taking them out, for sure. You never know. And there we go. All done here. Alright. So far, so good. And we also got Highwind level 6 unlocked. As well as Falcon level 3. Neat. And we also get Comet G for completion of the route. Pretty nice. Of course, we still have one more route to open up, folks. And that is, what was the name of the highway again? Broken Highway. Let's go. Anyway, let's take a look and see what we got. Pretty interesting how we unlocked Falcon level 5 before level 3. Interesting. Hell, we don't even have Falcon level 4 yet. But, soon enough, folks, we will be having Falcon level 4. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to be unlocking it in this particular route. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see soon enough.
Andrea's back.
Here we go again. Also, this ship is equipped with an auto lock-on mechanism. So, that's pretty sweet. Just keep in mind that the auto lock-on will only lock on the enemies that are within your line of sight, I'm pretty sure. Then again, I'm not really sure how this thing even works. I will say this, it has been quite a while since I've last looked at the whole gummy ship creation feature. As really, it is fun to build your own gummy ships, don't get me wrong, but honestly, once you build one particular gummy ship, you basically want to stick with that ship at all times. Also, that thing just rolled off the face of the earth. It may seem like we won't be seeing that thing again, but trust me, it is definitely going to be coming back later for sure. And let me tell you, it definitely has a pretty unique trick up its sleeve. And one of which we will never forget. And you will soon see what I mean. Okay, so the whole auto lock-on thing, you don't see a lock-on targeting cursor, but it does lock on to about 2 targets on screen, I think. Then again, maybe it only locks on to 1 enemy at a time. But I'm not 100% sure in this regard. Again, I don't really use the whole auto lock-on thing anyway. I mean, it is useful, yeah, but it's not the most useful of gummy weapons you can get your hands on. No, that would be not until later. Just saying. Okay. There we go. Let's finish this nice and quickly, please. That would be great. Although I think, for the most part, we don't need to worry about whether or not we can finish a particular gummy mission quickly. So say hello to this lovely thing again. Remember it from before? Well, it can fly now! Ain't that fun? So just like before, we just need to shoot down the correct exhaust. It does alternate between the left and right wing, for the most part, and we have to attack it in multiple altitudes. So that is something to keep in mind. It'll switch between left, right, up, and down. Either from the top left, the top right, etc., etc. Just keep following it, and eventually we will be able to take the thing down. Or fend it off long enough until we can make our escape. That works too.
Piece of cake.
I gotta say, I agree with Sora there, that's for sure. Anywho, we got ourselves a high wind level 7 blueprint. Pretty nice. And invincible level 1. Cool. And teeny limit upgrade too. Pretty nice. Okay, well, it's good to see that both routes are now officially opened up. So, we have 2 new worlds to visit. Well, technically, they're both familiar worlds, but they actually are quite different looking this time around. We have Agrabah as well as Halloween Town. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Let's go to Agrabah first, because it not only has a lower battle level, but really, we don't have to worry so much about copyright here. For the most part, at least as far as I know. Anyway, folks, welcome back to Agrabah. Let's throw a party!
Gosh, I wonder how Aladdin and Jasmine are doing.
Hey, maybe Riku's with them.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
the king.
Keep dreaming, you two.
Come on, Donald, you were thinking the same thing.
No, I wasn't.
Uh-oh, it's
Iago.
Iago.
Wait, you got me all wrong!
You're all right.
No, I mean it's not not the old me. I turned over a new feather. I'm legit. No more scams. Promise.
That's your new scam.
You gotta believe me.
Slower, let's go.
I was stuck inside that lamp with Jafar, remember? But I finally escaped. Then some things happened and...
So, free as a bird, huh?
Have fun.
Gosh, fellers, he looks pretty sad.
I want to apologize to Aladdin and Jasmine. Could you guys maybe put in a good word for me?
Sure. We can do that, can't we?
Maybe.
Watch out!
Oh boy. But first, before we can even do that, we have to deal with some rather fun guests. So here we go. Time to take out some more lovely, lovely Heartless in this world.
Yeah. Let's go.
Honestly, when it comes to Wisdom form, it's probably one of my more favorite forms in the game. Not because of the fact that you skid around like nobody's fool, but rather it's because of the fact that it's so damn good with magic that it's not even funny.
Where are they all coming from?
Hello! Woo-hoo!
Well, that's one way of taking out Heartless. Dead end. Are we screwed? No, apparently not. Aw, we'd have been goners if Iago hadn't helped us. Ain't that right, fellas? I guess we owe you one. Perfect! But you'll have to win over Aladdin and Jasmine yourself. Be on your best behavior, got it? Yeah, I got it. Where is Aladdin anyway? I bet you he's at the palace. Then we go. Then let's go. Anyway, we got ourselves the Agrabah map, rather. My mistake. Anyway, let's take a look at our new abilities. We have Aerial Finish. Unleashes a powerful finishing combo moved to a single target in midair. Pretty sweet. Definitely worth having that equipped for sure. And also, Goofy has his first limit, Teamwork. A limit command that unleashes Goofy and Sora's joint attack. Knock Smash. Consumes all of Sora's MP. Hooray, I actually said it right this time. Cool. Anyway, another ability which I won't be able to equip for right now, but I will at a later point in time. Anyway, let's look at this new Keyblade. Again, not really all that useful. It drops our strength down to 3, but it does offer 1 point of magic. So it basically has the same stats as the Kingdom Key Keyblade, but it does offer draw. And honestly, it may not be a bad Keyblade to equip, though I'm going to keep my current Keyblade, the Monochrome, for right now, equipped, just because. But then again, maybe I'll switch the two around. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to be worrying about that right now. Let me check, okay. Wisdom form is about to level up, which is pretty nice. And before we continue, seems Aladdin's at the palace. I hope everyone's okay. I'd like to see Genie again, now that he's free from the lamp. I do too. Let's see what we got for sale this time. We got Fire Bangle, Blizzara Amulet, Thundara Trinket, and Aegis Chain. Okay, not a bad selection of items we have here. I may go ahead and get one of these. And before I forget, let's turn these in. Can we make anything? We can make an elixir now. Pretty nice. So, let us make that. A nice, juicy elixir. Oopsie, I meant to go into free development. Creations, okay. Okay, cool. Definitely worth having that, that's for sure. Okay, give me that Aegis chain. There you go, Goofy. Good for you. Okay. Well, now that that is taken care of, our next stop is the palace here in Agrabah. You never know, we may actually run into good old Aladdin, you know what I mean? It would be good to see good old Al again, you know? As you can see, Agrabah has gone through quite a number of changes in this place. There's quite a lot to look at here. It actually looks a lot nicer than before, that's for sure. By the way, you can technically destroy these stalls. Although, it seems like they're not... There we go, now it goes down. That sure took a while, but again, definitely worth destroying these stalls. You never know, you may find yourself a nice treasure, or you may end up being able to use it as a means of getting to a higher place. So be careful when destroying these stalls, and only destroy them if you think it's necessary. Which 99.9% of the time, it is necessary. Although, I think in order to get them to respawn, you can leave the room and then re-enter the room to get them to respawn. So it's not like once you destroy the stall, it's gone forever. No, that's not how it works. Rather, it's more like you destroy it, no big deal, just leave the room, re-enter. It's as simple as that. Anyway, before we head on off to the palace, I'm definitely doing a little bit of exploring around, just to see if I can find a way to... No. What I'm trying to say is, it's worth just exploring. This way I'm able to find any and all treasures in this room. Also, that aerial finisher ability that I currently have equipped, definitely worth having. Strangely, it seems like the aerial finisher ability I have, it's the only means I have of destroying these stalls. It's kind of weird how my regular ground combos don't seem to do enough damage. Again, kind of weird if you ask me, but whatever. There we go. Let's see, anything else worth destroying around here? That looks like a big fat no, so let's head to the palace now, shall we? By the way, I'm pretty sure you can't explore any other area besides the palace right now, so that is something worth mentioning.
Jasmine.
Also, hi Jasmine!
Sora, Donald, Goofy. Your Majesty. I never had the chance to thank you for before. You helped Aladdin defeat that awful Jafar and save Agrabah.
All in a day's work. But, it looks like the Heartless are up to no good again. Is there any way we can help you out?
I think we're all right for now.
And you always got Aladdin.
He hasn't been himself lately.
Huh? Is it because of the Heartless?
I'm not sure. Usually, he's the same cheerful Aladdin. But sometimes, he just seems sad. He leaves the palace and goes off by himself all the time. I've asked him about it, but he says nothing's wrong. He's gone again today. What if he doesn't come back this time?
Hey, maybe he's got a secret girlfriend. I know. I'll go find out who she is.
Iago! Quick, Sora! Catch him! And I'll warn the guards and everyone in the palace.
That's the thing. Iago's not...
Way to go, Iago, you dummy.
Nice move.
Maybe it's something you said. Gee, maybe we should go talk to Aladdin. He's gotta be somewhere in town, right?
Good idea. I wonder what he's been doing.
That is actually a very good question.
Stop thief!
Hey, Abu.
Hi, Sora.
Hi, Aladdin.
Back here!
If you can't control that furball, put a leash on him.
Look, I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself, Abu. No hard feelings? Abu? Hey guys, sorry about earlier. I was kinda in a hurry.
What happened?
You know Abu, he couldn't keep his paws off that lamp. No talking your way out of this one.
I guess you can't be that down in the dumps, huh? Who said I was? Princess Jasmine. She's worried because you're always in town. Got a new girlfriend? No way. Still, I guess there's no fooling Jasmine, huh? See, Genie and Carpet took off to see the world. It's what Genie always wanted, so I wished him the best and all, but you miss him. Man, things must be really quiet with Genie gone. Yeah, that's why I come here. The action, the people, there's always something going on. Oh, this is awkward. Gotta love technical limitations of the PS2, am I right? I mean, come on. I met you guys here today, right? Also, that face of Sora, am I right? This place is full of surprises. Sora? Iago? Oh, right, he wants to apologize for all the trouble he caused. Oh, he does? Gosh, he's so sorry he's shaken. That lamp! What about it? It was the lamp! You know, the one with Jafar in it! Come on, there's a million like it! Hey, I was locked up in that thing for months! There's no way I'd mistake it! I guess Abu was in the right for this one. Then we better go back and talk to that peddler. Right behind you. So, Aladdin joins the crew here today, folks. And with Aladdin, he has his own fair share of abilities. He has Slash, Frenzy, Quick Play, Trick Fantasy, Jackpot, Item Boost, MP Haste, Once More, Auto Limit, and Auto Change. So, Auto Change will swap out a fallen party member for another one. Again, not exactly the most useful of abilities, but hey, it is what it is. I'd rather keep Aladdin's current abilities equipped here. Speaking of which, he has his own limit known as Trick Fantasy, a limit command that unleashes Aladdin and Sora's joint attack. Speedster, consumes all of Sora's MP. Again, pretty flashy attack, and one I am definitely going to be showing off at some point, but not right now, obviously. Anyway, now we just gotta meet up with this peddler, aka the guy whom Abu tried to take the lamp from, in which he did succeed, but Aladdin did stop him, but still. It is kind of strange and surreal and kind of coincidental to see that that black lamp that Abu stole was in fact Jafar's lamp. I wonder what he was trying to do with it. Was he gonna try to bury it again? Or was he gonna try to rub it? Like a rub-a-dub-dub? Thanks for the grub? Or no? I have no idea. Is there any way we can buy that lamp from you? Of course, that is, if you can afford it. No worries. Yeah, we can pay you in royal treasure. Donald! Might I be able to interest you in another fine lamp? No, that's the one we need. Ah, well, perhaps I can be persuaded. If you bring me a treasure beyond even my imagination. Something, say, fit for a sultan. Really now? Treasure? That could be tricky. There's lots at the palace, but it's not mine to take and I can't ask. I don't want to worry Jasmine or the Sultan. Hey, I know! What about the treasures in the Cave of Wonders? Alright, Iago, you lead the way. And after we get the treasure, I might even believe your apology. You can count on me. Are you sure about that, my feathery little friend? I'm not so sure myself. Also, hi there, dude. Anyway, let's see if I can show off Speedster. Which is gonna be a lot easier said than done. Here we go. I'm back, baby. As you can see, Speedster is quite a magnificent ability. One of the cooler looking limits to unleash in this game for sure. And I wish I can grab that sticker right now, but sadly I cannot. Also, whenever Heartless spawn in this area, for whatever reason, they tend to destroy the stalls all around this place. Also, unlike the first Kingdom Hearts game, Aladdin is honestly a lot better this time around. He actually acts more like a combat veteran, if you know what I mean. There you go. Who's next? I guess no one at this point in time, but hey, we'll find out soon enough who's ready for another case of pain. Okay, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Okay, before we continue, I would like to go around and see if I can find any more treasures besides this one that's sitting up here clearly. One pretty weird thing about these stalls is that their hit detection is rather funky. It's like, if you don't hit dead center in the stall, then it doesn't count as a hit. Honestly, I don't understand why that is. It's really, really dumb. It's one of the dumbest things you'll ever run across in this game, honestly. Also, you may think you can hit in between the stalls. No, sadly, you can't. That's not how it works. It's either dead center or you phase right through the target and do absolutely nothing. It's weird, it's dumb, it's annoying as crap. Oh, come on, hit the damn thing! Thank you. Well, again, that was kind of a waste of time. Mostly. Yeah, that was kind of a waste of time. Oh well. Again, you never know, you may actually find something rather interesting in there, just saying. Hello, what do we have here? Skill ring. Extremely increases maximum AP. Wow, that sounds pretty nice right about now. Let's see. Also, I gotta take these off of Aladdin because I forgot to do so earlier. Alright, let's see. I think for Goofy, I'm gonna give him this skill ring. It increases maximum AP by up to 4. I think that's how it works. Regardless, definitely worth equipping for sure. So let's give him teamwork. That way we can finally use that limit to its fullest. Although we're not going to be showing that off anytime soon, unfortunately, just due to the fact that he's not in our party currently. And honestly, it's a better idea to keep Aladdin in our current party anyway. Alright, let's proceed.
This is it!
So it is. And it's kind of surprising to see how this place is not completely collapsed, unlike last time. Also, as you can see here, the Heartless that we're encountering this time around, they are brand new Heartless that first spawn in this particular world. By the way, I'm not 100% sure what those white Heartless are called, but they're probably something like Serenities of some sort. Also, Wisdom form is leveled up to level 2, so now we have Auto Wisdom. Again, nice to have. Nice to have like an auto transformation. Okay. Let me see if I can restore that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and germs. Again, very handy for grinding purposes, and also to restore the drive gauge more quickly and more efficiently. Just saying. Also, I'm going to go ahead and swap out Auto Valor for Auto Wisdom. Just so that way I can continue to work on Wisdom form for the time being. Also, I'm not sure, but I think Wisdom form at this point in time is capped to level 3. Kind of like how Valor form was capped at level 3 for a bit. But eventually, we will be able to increase that level even further. And like I said, in order to increase the power of Wisdom form, you do need to defeat Heartless. And each Heartless you defeat, you will get 1 point of experience towards Wisdom form. While we're taking out Heartless in this world, it's definitely wise to use Wisdom form's power to the fullest, and also try to level it up as much as humanly possible. Otherwise, we may not be able to get an opportunity to efficiently level this up until later. There we go. Nice and quick. By the way, while in Wisdom form, you won't be able to jump anywhere near as high as per usual. Hell, I think it has less jump height than your standard form. So, that is something worth keeping in mind. Is that if you're going to be doing a lot of platforming, you definitely don't want to be in Wisdom form. Just saying. Okay, give me those sweet AP boosts. I really wish I could throw away those torn pages, but technically speaking, they are key items, and you can't really get rid of those. Also, we have the appearance of these lovely chaps here. Just like with big bodies, they can only be damaged by attacking them from behind. But, unlike big bodies, these guys can breathe fire. That is kind of annoying. Especially their shockwave attack. They can deal a lot of damage to you if you're not careful. Ooh, what's this? A jewel floats above. Why don't we touch it? It looks like something might fit in the pedestal hole. Ooh. Uh-oh. Probably shouldn't have touched that. So, the Cave of Wonders this time around has a series of trials. So what we need to do here is we need to tell Abu to reach the end of this whole hallway here, which honestly is pretty easy, all things considered. And done. Sweet, got Summon Boost, Donald Blizzard. Also has been attained as well. Sweet. Again, pretty easy. All done. Cool. Well, it looks like the path is now officially opened up. Funny enough, unlike the previous iteration of the Cave of Wonders, this time the Cave of Wonders is more linear, if anything else. And honestly, I like this version of the Cave of Wonders the best, just because of the fact that we don't need to worry so much about getting lost in this place. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, since I've already shown off Fantasia, there's really no need to keep that equipped now. And honestly, it's a good idea to switch out that for Blizzard anyway. Although I do have auto limit available here, I'm not going to be enabling that ability for Donald for obvious reasons. That's just a waste of AP, at least in my honest opinion. But hey, that's just me. Okay. Now then, let's continue our little expedition. Even though we are getting kind of close to the 3-hour mark, I would like to at least finish up this world before we consider this session complete. What's this? Complete your task within the time allowed. Let's activate it and begin. So, the task for this is that we need to defeat all of the Heartless within the given time limit. And there are multiple levels to jump through, too. Also, don't forget to grab the stickers on your way down. Otherwise, you'll have to redo the trial all over again in order to get another shot at the stickers. And I believe there are 2 stickers in all. At least for this particular trial. There we go. Also, whoa boy, we got problems. Oh boy. Goodbye. Okay, somehow you're still alive. Not sure what's up with that. But alas, it is what it is. There we go. Believe it or not, that particular puzzle piece can be kind of annoying to grab. As missing it would mean that you would have to redo this whole trial all over again in order to get another shot at it. By the way, and if you wish to go backwards, after we proceed upwards to this pedestal, all you have to do is just touch that warp point right there, and you can just warp right back up to the top. The same portal is now placed on the top, so you don't have to redo the trial again if you don't wish to do so. So, that's pretty nice. So we technically have a bit of a shortcut back down here. but the only reason you would want to redo the trial anyway is just so that way you have an opportunity to not only pick up any stickers you missed during the trial, but you can also farm Heartless that way too. Victor of the trial, you possess great strength. And after reading that description, the door's now officially open. Let's head inside and see what we got. Ooh, gold! Gold everywhere! What is that?
That one should do it.
Uh-oh. It's Pete. Wonder what he's doing here. More than likely.
Sure looks valuable. Great. Now let's go get that lamp. We gotta keep Jafar bottled up, or he's gonna destroy Agrabah.
Oh boy.
Hey! Snap out of it, Donald!
Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Welcome to Darkness, the game. No idea. I guess we just have that kind of rotten luck. What can I say? By the way, if you want to know what Reflect does, it makes it so any and all enemy attacks that hit you while you have the barrier active, it will then bounce back and it will deal, I believe, double damage against the enemy. So, that is something worth mentioning. Well, that hurt. What's also more annoying about... What's most annoying about this particular challenge is that in this particular room, we have to deal with a very confined space with a lot of very annoying enemies. I thought I was dead for sure. Also, I'm pretty sure that these guys will try to use that attack whenever they're at half HP or less. I'm not 100% sure.
Hello?
Stop your whining and hand it over.
Oh no, I'm trading it for treasure. This lamp is going to bring me riches.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, no, you don't know. Get back here, you little...
Oh boy. We should do something about that now, shall we? And indeed we shall in just a moment. First off, though, we still have some unwelcome guests to deal with. And at this point now, Heartless are going to start spawning throughout the entire marketplace of Agrabah. And it's going to be like this for basically the remainder of the game. that was definitely interesting. Also, let's go ahead and equip Quick Run level 1 now, shall we? Of course, leveling that up means we also get access to Quick Run level 2 for Wisdom Form, which is nice to see. Let's see, Wisdom Form can still be leveled up, so that's pretty sweet. Now it can, I'm pretty sure it has the same sort of level cap as Valor Form right now. In other words, it can go up to as high as 4 as of right now. At least until later on in the game, which we'll be able to max out that particular form's level. Quick Run, honestly, is one of the better drive form mobility abilities to use here. And the reason why it's so good is simply because of the fact that it allows you to get around the world so much more quickly with it, which is awesome. And before we proceed onward to the palace, I wanted to head in here just so that way I can not only heal myself, but restore my drive gauge. Honestly, whenever you're grinding Heartless and running around, it's definitely a good idea to return to a neutral area, so that way you can fully restore your drive gauge without the need of having to leave the world while in the drive form. Just keep in mind, you can't always do this, though.
Thank you.
It's mine!
I'm kind of surprised he took that long to realize.
Lamp hog?
Go away!
Gotcha.
No fair!
I win.
Yoink!
Huh? Oh.
Nice one, Iago.
Way to go!
Don't drop it!
Look, behind you!
Oof. Well, that's gotta hurt. Oh dear. Talk about an inconvenience.
Nice try, Bird Brain. Just wait till Jafar's free. He's gonna make one beauty of a Heartless.
Really? Wasn't he one of the commanders of the Heartless here in Agrabah? Why you want to turn him into a Heartless exactly?
I'm home! Al! It's been eons! Al, you princely little muffin, you! Cosmic travel can get so lonely without a friend. To think I left you forlorn and genieless! Oh, the humanity!
Genie?
Hey, Al, have you been putting on weight? Oh, of course, what am I saying? You're living at the palace now! Aladdin! Jasmine!
Well, it's good to see you again,
I
Genie.
can just picture it. Wait, tell me, am I being a pest? Just a big blue pest? Oh, who cares, Al? I'm just so glad to see you!
Genie!
Oh dear.
I'll teach you to make a fool out of me.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Time for Plan B. I'm finishing you bugs off right now.
Oh dear. So, we technically have to fight 2 bosses at the same time. Isn't that fun? And of course we have to defeat both in order to proceed. So, the point of this battle is that these two are basically polar opposites of one another. And basically, in order to completely deal with them, what we need to do is use the reaction commands to our advantage to deal the most damage possible. And once they break out of their normal forms, they'll then break off into smaller pieces of themselves, in which case you'll be able to deal even more damage to them within a very short time frame. Goodbye. Also, this guy here can freeze your comrades in place, which, let me tell you, that's not fun. As for the fire guy, what he will do is that he'll bounce around leaving lava pits on the ground. Obviously, if you touch one of those lava pits, you're gonna get hurt, and it ain't gonna be fun. Okay, maybe going into wisdom form was not the best of ideas. Okay. By the way, I believe if you use the opposite element against one of these guys, then you'll deal even more damage to them than usual. Let's deal with you, and goodbye. Goodbye. There we go. Boss is defeated. Gotta say, that was pretty easy, all things considered.
You messed with me for the last time. I'm gonna get you yet.
Then come at me, bro, instead of running away like a coward.
All right.
You sure that this stone flab or tab is going to be enough to keep this lamp sealed? Because I'm pretty sure it's not. But, whatever. Problem solved for now. I promise, you won't regret giving me another chance. Honest. Princess Jasmine, you sure you want that pigeon in the coop? Oh, I think Iago's shown that he means well. Aw, sure, you're probably right. And how much trouble can one noisy bird cause? You just might have a point there, kid. What happens next, Sora? Well, it was great seeing you all, but we still need to find Riku and the king. I guess we'll be moving on. I hope you find them. Me too. Hey, where's Aladdin? He ran off towards town looking for a boo. But he should be back by now. Al can't miss Sora's big farewell party. I'll have him back in a jiffy. If you say so, Genie.
A boo!
Again, this is another scene that runs at 60 FPS. Neat.
He must have secretly stolen it from the Cave of Wonders.
I guess some things are just hard to resist.
Heh. Hilarious. Hilarious. Ooh, my.
Sora, what is it? I think it's time for us to go.
Will you be back?
We will. I promise.
Well, with that, we get ourselves a lamp charm. With the help of two friends, use the summon command to call forth Genie for a helping hand. Pretty neat. So now we can summon Genie alongside Chicken Little. That's pretty awesome. Oh, poor Pluto. He wants to make a friend. It's funny how Pluto's able to jump in headfirst into the dark portal with no problems whatsoever.
Maybe waiting isn't good enough.
My thoughts exactly. If you have a dream, don't wait. Act. One of life's little rules. You got it memorized?
Who are you?
Axel. I happen to be an acquaintance of Sora's. Why don't we go see him?
Sora?
We've got something in common, Kyrie. You and I both miss someone we care about. Hey, I feel like we're friends already.
You're not acting very friendly.
No kidding. Especially after summoning a couple of white spandex friends. You know?
Hey, what is this place? Huh?
Ooh.
You okay?
What?
You and that dog came flying out of a hole in the wall. You nearly gave us heart attacks.
So, at this point, Kyrie is now in Twilight Town. Speaking of which, Twilight Town is now accessible again.
Twilight Town! Yep, I can see it. It's back again.
So, at this point, you don't have to explore any of the other worlds in order to progress the story. If you want to progress the story further, you do have to return to Twilight Town. Though, I am going to be exploring the remaining couple of worlds we have left to visit, which are going to be Halloween Town as well as this new world right over here. But we're going to be saving these two worlds and more for next time, because I am over that 3-hour mark and I'm going to call it a day here. And it's getting kind of late anyway, so might as well. Anyway, this is General Snivy with the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be exploring a familiar world, a whole new world, and also reunite with some old friends, maybe. Who knows? You'll have to tune in next time to find out. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all on the flip side.